This one from the Bleacher Report. So it's ranking every NFL quarterback fighting for a chance to start in 2025. They go Sam Darnold 1, Russell Wilson 2, Geno Smith 3. They have Jameis Winston 6. Winston is slated to hit free agency in the offseason if he keeps generating the buzz and showing considerable late blooming upside in the next 4 weeks. There will likely be multiple bids on the open market. They have Deshaun Watson 8th. Since 2020, he's thrown 19 touchdown passes and 19 starts. He's also 29 and injury prone. 3 Pro Bowl campaigns are in the past. Sam Darnold is probably going to get himself a pretty decent contract. I'm intrigued. What do you do if you're the Browns? Jameis Winston, I know the turnovers. I think you give him a run game and the turnovers decrease.
Yeah, I think there's a huge way, to probably look at it in regards to that. With Jameis Winston and certainly with Joe Flacco last year, you talk about guys, who had always, had the propensity to throw interceptions, maybe take a sack at the wrong time. And when you basically make them the focal point of the offense and you're throwing the ball certainly as much you are, and a lot of this certainly with Jameis's game dictated, but it's also dictated by the fact that you're having offensive line issues. You're certainly having running game issues. Your defense is not playing at the level they were in 2023. So, you're behind. That, your defense is struggling like your offense is. So the only way to stay in the game is to continue to throw the football, which then, certainly gives the opportunity, for the exasperation of the turnovers that you're getting from Jameis. I think right now everybody believes that Jameis is going to be, a big probably part of the Browns quarterback room, but in 25. But the question is going to be, what else are you going to do? I mean, are you going to approach another free agent, which would make sense? The draft, I just don't know how it's going to work for this team. You're sitting at 8. Everybody and their brother, it doesn't seem like anybody wants to admit it, but everybody basically wants to tell you behind closed doors that Shedeur Sanders in Las Vegas is done, which then means there's 7 selections for Cam Ward. And I got to be honest with you, I don't see another quarterback going in round 1. So then you're talking about day 2 or a day 3 quarterback. And, as much as we all think, we kind of like DTR, nobody's saying, oh, well, let's give DTR the ball. So, this is certainly critical and huge here because, look, there's a lot of guys on the Browns this next 4 weeks mean something for. Those guys are young, and we'll get to that certainly, I think, a little later on. These next 4 weeks are huge, certainly for Jameis Winston, because what am I doing to maybe cement myself and my opportunity with the Cleveland Browns? Or what am I doing, to show the rest of the NFL? He's certainly going to be in a tough spot. As anybody, looking at the market, Sam Darnold would obviously be, the guy most people are going to want to go to. Are there some people that believe that, Sam Darnold's success is certainly helped by the fact he's playing indoors? Look, it never hurt anybody, but, it doesn't tell the entire story, of course. But I am also a firm believer that, with Cedric Tillman coming back, certainly helps Jameis Winston with the opportunity to succeed more. Because remember, when this first started with Jameis, it was more about the Jameis-Cedric Tillman relationship than maybe it was really about the Jameis and Jerry Jeudy relationship. But I also agree. The Browns, and it's so weird to say, for the entire, Kevin Stefanski regime, this team, the one thing we all always knew this team did well was run the ball. It's just something they cannot do anymore. The offensive line, there's a lot of questions to be had here, whether it's age, whether it's, guys just aren't the same guy that they used to be. There's a lot to be talked about here, certainly, about Jameis Winston. And it's not just going to be, hey, Jameis, here's some money, here's your contract, you're the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns in 2025. Because you certainly want to have, a plan B, and you certainly want to keep your options open as to what's going to be your room in 26 and 27. But for Jameis here over these next few weeks, it's going to be a big, opportunity for him to maybe cement, where he would be in the pecking order for this franchise, at least going into 2025. And look, he's as much as the turnovers bother you and, some of the wackiness that goes along with it, he is basically the freshest breath of fresh air that this organization could have at the quarterback position.